Hi, welcome back everyone. Today's session is on control identification and design. We would be checking on input origination controls, processing procedures and controls, output controls, application controls, user procedures, decision support systems, input or origination controls. So what are these? So these are controls which are authorized and approved by the management because obviously it is an input or origination control. So this could be in the form of a batch, signature on the batch forms or source documents, online access controls, unique passwords. It could be terminal or client workstation identifications, source documents, input data validations, batch controls and balancing. What's this? So this is, how is the batch control done and how is the balancing done? So there are various methods. So you would actually check upon the total monetary amount. So the monetary amounts, okay, this has been the input and this is how the batch has performed and this is how what has come out. So you could have that, or you could have total items where the items are counted. You could have total documents where the documents are counted, or you could do a hash totaling to see, yes, there has been no changes to it. Error reporting and handling. So errors, it could be reported on and handled saying that, okay, rejecting only transactions with errors, rejecting the whole batch of transactions, holding the batch in suspense where the entire batch is kept in suspense, or it could be accepting the batch but flagging the error transaction. So basically there are four out here. So either specific transactions with errors are rejected, either the entire batch of transaction is rejected, or the batch is kept in suspense, or the batch is accepted and nothing is rejected and only the error transactions are flagged up. So processing procedures and controls. So you could have a data validation and editing procedure where the input data will be validated. So it will be checked, validated. And it would be done close to the correct point of time and of origination as much as is possible. Or you could have a data file control procedure. While file controls are used to see that, okay, authorized processing is occurring only to the stored data. Output controls, you could have logging and storage of negotiable, sensitive and critical forms in a secure place. Computer generation of negotiable instruments, forms and signatures. Report accuracy, correctness and timelines. Reports generated from the system. So these are not, conclusive list. So these are some of the output controls which you could have in. You could have some application controls where it is, data is maintained, processing results meets the correct expectations, processing accomplishes the correct task, and only complete, accurate and valid data are entered and updated in a computer system. So user procedures. So what are the user procedures? So you would first obviously have an SOD which is segregation of duties. Authorization of input. So if an input is going in, it has to be authorized. So balancing, error control and correction, distribution of reports, review and testing of access authorizations and capabilities, activity reports and validation reports. So there are certain decision support systems. So these are very interactive systems. So it, allows the user easy access to the various decision models from various sources, and it allows making out of a semi-structured decision. Thanks everyone. Thanks for hearing me out in today's session.